Here we are in round 10, Time Walk Magic, the team of Bruni-Schmidt-Schmidt versus Pardee-Utter-Leyton and Matt Nass. Once again, we have a team here of relative amateurs versus a team of old school pros. And we heard that this team here on our right side of the screen are amateurs, if you will, from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, met at Adventure Games, the local game store. Only started playing for the past 2 years.
Oh, fantastic.
Go Badgers.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's got to be pretty sweet to find yourself at 7-2 at a GP, and you're playing against a Hall of Famer, no less, in Josh Utter-Leyton, ranked and 2 top 25 pros in Sam Pardee and Matt Nass, which is just fantastic stuff to see them in action. So we're underway. Is that a Deep Root Elite?
Sure
that
is.
About to go away very, very fast, which is a good plan.
Yeah, Reaver Ambush going to take care of that card because it can certainly get out of control really quickly, and it would have done this turn. There is a Gilt Grove Stalker from Matt Nass. Just a little 2-1, but very often has the unseen text of unblockable.
Also, if you're thinking, cool, they're shuffling fast, we are playing this back a little bit quicker. The match is reasonably long, and we are already just about 5 or 6 minutes away from time in the main round. And we would like to show you the whole story of this Time Walk match. So our best guess is by playing it at about this speed, we can show you all the action as it unfolded. So don't try and do that shuffling at home.
Hardy Veteran here is the play for Mike Schmidt, followed up by an Overgrown Armasaur, which has an enrage ability. When it's dealt damage, you make a 1/1 Saproling creature token.
I like that card. I have no idea quite how good it is, but I like it every time I see it.
Water Trap Weaver is going to lock that thing down. In comes the Gilt Grove Stalker. Back over to Mike Schmidt. Yeah, I like that card too, I gotta be honest.
It's fine. I mean, it works well with these different enrage mechanics. The one major problem with the Armasaur is it's a 5-mana card that doesn't do anything when it comes into play. So when you're playing against these blue decks, decks that have cards like Crashing Tide, or Water Trap Weaver for that matter, you can kind of get punished for tapping 5 mana to do something that your opponent could deal with for less mana, or force you to spend that 5 mana again.
New Horizons here from Mike Schmidt is going to come in, put a counter on that Hardy Veteran, which is kind of an unusual card, has a +2 for toughness on your turn.
It makes it good at fighting, though.
Yeah, it
especially
sure does.
with sorcery speed stuff.
Better at attacking, too, in a kind of a really strange, counterintuitive way.
Yeah.
A River Darter here is the play for Matt Nass. Can get through any dinosaur. Followed up by a Kite Sail Corsair, which I've got to say has been one of the cards we've seen the absolute most of this weekend. No surprise at all, at least for me. That card is insane in draft.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with that card. It keeps creeping up and up in my pick orders. I think there are so many good aggressive decks that blue supports. Especially now that we know about blue-white also.
Right.
It means we could play blue-white, we could play blue-red, we could play blue-green, we could play blue-black. Like, every single color pairs with blue quite nicely. And the fact that it's a 2-drop, and those are in very high demand in the draft format, and it's evasive, that's pretty nice.
Overgrown Armasaur is going to get into battle here, hitting the red zone for Mike Schmidt. Plenty of mana available to him as well.
Yeah, I took a look through Mike Schmidt's deck list, and he's playing a more controlling Jund deck.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's splashing red for some removal spells, and ooh.
Hello.
Avatar.
Yeah, Verdant Sun's Avatar. He's going to gain a bunch of life there, and he can keep gaining more life as he plays more creatures, thanks to that rare dinosaur there.
I think is his one card in hand Ravenous Chupacabra?
Is it really?
For Mike Schmidt. I have a feeling I saw one. Could be wrong. But,
the way he's kind of keeping his hand on it, like.
He loves it. He loves that card. Yeah, I imagine it could be because he has 2 of them here in his deck.
Oh, really?
Or he hates it so much he's using it to clean the table.
Kite Sail Corsair and River Darter hitting the red zone for Matt Nass. 2 creatures swinging in, no blocks for Mike Schmidt. Mist-Cloaked Herald.
And that Mistbinder representing a lot of damage on Matt Nass's side of the board.
JVL, you've got the deck lists. Have a look at Mike Schmidt for me. Is there a Golden Demise sitting in there somewhere?
There is not. So, I mean, it definitely is something worth looking out for, though. You're right.
And it's got to be something that Matt Nass has on his mind if he's playing against anybody running black. Is that a Tesamok in Mike Schmidt's hand?
It is. He
Wow.
does have a Tesamok.
All right. Well, we saw Tesamok in action yesterday, and
I mean, it's no golden demise, but
sure, it was brutal. We also saw somebody beat a Tesamok, so
Paul Rietzl beat someone off camera in the last couple of rounds with 5 prey counters having been spread around. Yeah.
That's reasonable. That's just something people do, I guess.
Bombard is the play here from Mike.
Which has to be aiming at the Mistbinder, yes.
Yeah, down goes the Mistbinder. Taking a look at his attacks here, considering swinging in with that Verdant Sun's avatar.
They're really looking to maximize the value on this Tesamok. Has the ability to spread around 4 prey counters on Matt Nass's end step.
By the way, if that Tesamok ever enters play, if Verdant Sun's avatar is still around, Mike Schmidt will be gaining 6 life. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness.
Yep, things are looking pretty reasonable for Mike Schmidt at the moment. I would want to be in his seat.
Yeah, Matt Nass down to 9, and there is the reveal of Tesamok. And he is hungry.
Yeah, it's this one and that one. Might as well do this one, that one.
Wow.
Which one shall I leave alone?
Only the Water Trap Weaver dodged Tesamok's hungry maw.
Looking left and right and going, hey, how come all you guys got dice?
Well, we can expect all of these creatures to be attacking Mike Schmidt here because...
Yeah, not long for this world. Matt Nass just has got to be feeling, what am I supposed to do?
It's like, come on. So much.
If you open a Tesamok, you're running a Tesamok. Do you think, I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 100% of all Tesamoks that have been opened are being played today?
Oh, absolutely. Especially because it's day 2. Like on day 1, maybe there's just like somebody who doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, if I can't pronounce it, I don't play it.
Looks like Tesamok's going to get hungry yet again. Here we go. The last creature from Matt Nass marked with a prey counter.
Is Matt Nass bluffing a counterspell? Does he actually have a counterspell?
All right, here is Tesamok. All of his creatures are prey. Scoop some up. That is exactly what you do when somebody plays a Tesamok and all of your creatures have prey counters. Mike Schmidt up a game. His teammate Dante Bruni up there in seat number 1, also up a game versus Sam Pardee.
And meanwhile, Tyler Schmidt is still tied in this game against Josh Utter-Leyton.
Wow.
So, okay, so we've got Naya on the left, Naya Dinosaurs, one would imagine. At least some semblance of that. And the traditional, now the one deck that seems everyone in the room has, which is Black-White Vampires.
I've never seen so many pacification effects on the table at one time.
So we've got is that 3 Luminous Bonds and a Baffling End, is that right?
Yep.
So we're missing Pious Interdiction at the moment. We could do with that.
Luminous Bonds locking down Vona as well on Tyler Schmidt's side of the battlefield, which is super relevant. Tyler Schmidt, though, not deterred, able to keep attacking through all of those various effects. Taking up game 1 here versus Josh Utter-Leyton.
Yeah, this is great start for Bruni-Schmidt and Schmidt, although Sam Pardee does have the first game on the boards for the pro team. 2 top 25 players, Sam Pardee number 9 in the world, Matt Nass number 22, Josh Utter-Leyton merely a Hall of Famer. So let's see where we head next. We are playing this a little bit faster than real time to try and catch us up before the round finishes. We're past time on the round in the main round out on the floor. But we reckon at about this speed we should get through the whole match for you. So obviously our producer down on the floor going to try and work out where we can head next. Will it be Pardee-Bruni or Nass against Schmidt?
I want to point out that the team on the right, the amateurs, if you will, this is the first time all three of them have teamed together.
Okay.
So pretty good success rate so far, sitting here at 7-2 on day 2.
Is there a third Schmidt family member who got booted off the team for incompetence?
I'm not sure, but Tyler and Dante have day 2 together before.
Okay.
But this is the first time they've got all three friends from Wisconsin, started playing the last 2 years. Always neat to see teams that are relatively new make a deep run at a GP, especially versus a team of this caliber on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, so we do seem to be seeing an awful lot of shuffling here. I don't know whether there is another match that we could be getting to. Maybe everybody's shuffling. We all know what that means.
Wisconsin has a great gaming culture. I feel like, you know, every time I meet somebody from Wisconsin, they play some board game, they play some game, they're really into it over the years. You know, there aren't that many people from Wisconsin, and it seems like every time I meet somebody who's a tremendous Magic player, some Pro Tour player, you know, there's a double-digit % chance this, like, brilliant deck builder or strategist happens to be from Wisconsin.
And I mean, Madison is known for being a hotbed of Magic, particularly limited Magic.
Absolutely. In addition to that, 2 of the greatest deck builders of all time from Madison.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, so we are away. We stayed put with Josh Utter-Leyton and Tyler Schmidt.
Traveler's Amulet will kick things off there for Raptor. Bishop Soldier for Tyler Schmidt. Definitely one of the premium turn 2 plays on in any Vampires deck. We're going to match things here from Josh Utter-Leyton with an Exultant Sky Marcher, able to block that Bishop. And it looks like Tyler Schmidt is consulting with some of his teammates here, whether or not he wants to use Cleansing Ray.
Oh, hello.
There it is. Takes down the Exultant Sky Marcher in for 2, gain 2 life. Great play there from Tyler Schmidt. Excellent sideboard card.
Yeah, that's a sideboard card that gets a lot of mileage in this format. I've been really impressed with it. I've been taking them quite a bit higher than I used to. And
think about this. You remember how many Luminous Bombs were in play last game?
Oh, yeah.
Deals with that, too.
In goes the Soldier.
The last game we watched, I think Raptor had a Galta in play last game. And it was unfortunately pacified in some way or another, but something that Tyler's going to need to watch out for.
So here's what we're going to do. The pairings are going up. So we are going to go into Mega Mode, Rashad. Let's put it all the way to the 400, which means we have no chance of being able to commentate properly on what's going on. Some say la plus ça change. But we are going to get through this. So at this rate, I reckon we'll get through it in the next 3 or 4 minutes, which means we'll then be able to go to pairings. There was a baffling end from Josh Utter-Leyton. He stays at 16-23 on the other side of the table. Anytime the other two, either of you, Maria, or you, JVL, want to interrupt me, you go right ahead. But otherwise, I'm just going to talk until I die. So and more from Tyler Schmidt. Back we go to Josh Utter-Leyton. He's going to tap 2 mana. He's going to reach out. He's going to get rid of there. So now we're down to 2 creatures against none. Tyler Schmidt will send them in. Josh Utter-Leyton is down to 10. Now here comes an Exultant Sky Marcher. That's another flyer. That's another vampire. Wonder whether Josh can get rid of that. He had a Cleansing Ray of his own, but he needs another one for that Exultant Sky Marcher, and it's not clear he's going to be able to do that. He's thinking a long time, even at 4 times the speed. Eventually he comes up with Luminous Bonds. But the Bishop Soldier, which has been there since approximately turn 2, which was only about 4 seconds ago, to be fair. Here's another Dust Legion Zealot. Draw a card, lose a life. There's another Exultant Sky Marcher. Surely this one's going to go to Tyler Schmidt. Tyler Schmidt wins. That's 2-0 there, but there's got to be another match because either Mike Schmidt has to beat Matt Nass. Let's go to Matt Nass against Mike Schmidt. Here is Matt Nass against Mike Schmidt. We've already got prey counters. It's like Tetsamok all over again. It's not like Tetsamok all over again. It's Tetsamok all over again. 3 prey counters on blue card, green card. There's an Armasaur. We've got a Fathom Fleet border. Don't chomp down on that sword. That's my advice. We've also got dinosaurs there. Stop giggling. Yeah, and Merfolk, it says Merfolk. What says Merfolk? Is that Vanquish's banner? I imagine it is. So that's making them enormous, but I assume the ones are Tetsamot rather than +1/+1. City's Blessing for Matt Nass, he's 1-0 down. Remember, if Mike Schmidt wins this, or Dante Bruni wins his game, that will be that for the round, and they'll go to 8-2, and the pros will be at 7-3, and effectively out of the tournament, we would think. So we are closing in on the MTG red zone, and now it's just counters, untap for Mike Schmidt. Can he do this? There's Tetsamot, puts everything in the bin. Mike Schmidt's going to do this, I think, and the pros are going to go down to Schmidt and Bruni because the board just got completely wiped by Matt Nass. Matt Nass in desperate trouble. Overgrown Armosaur. There's a Fallon Fleet border. Untap for Mike Schmidt. Matt Nass is down to 10. In he comes. Stay in it, and that is game, set, match, and round. And that was good morning magic. Rich, Maria, JBL saying, see you next time. MTG Red Zone coming right up.